Hello, and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. It is April 1927. War has broken out with the British. We fought one minor engagement last episode. And this is not a minor engagement. This is the two Connecticut-class battleships, North Carolina and Kansas, accompanied by some cruisers and DDs, facing off against the battleships Hibernia and Vengeance of the Vengeance class. These are shared designs. And four cruisers, heavy cruisers of the Cumberland SD class, also shared designs. So these two designs are mine. And also six light cruisers of the HMAS Perth class by BW1, also shared designs, but not mine. So we're gonna see what these ships are all about. Yeah, this might get exciting. So let's strap in. And here we go. Oh yeah, it's these cruisers. We might be able to take a look at the share designs files after recording the rest of the episode, or we can just take a look at them in the battle. But yeah, they're already firing because I've got the radar, and they do not. Let's see, any radar pings here? Okay, let's get my stuff organized. Cruising speed is now 17.4 knots, thanks to the turbo electric drive, which is pretty nice. So let's see, are we gonna go this way maybe? Got 3 DDs here. We can do some stuff with those. This one and the torpedo boats I'm just gonna send away. I might regret that later, but they're also nice to keep alive for submarine escort purposes. These have 9.5 kilometer torps, 8.4. So these are fast torpedoes. These are more long-range torpedoes, but they are older, so their range advantage is not really that great. Weather is evening, but as I have the night fighting advantage, thanks to the radar, it's not really a terrible thing if it goes dark. My 15s are already hitting. Now, one thing to keep in mind in naval arms race, you do have a 100% chance of getting spotted when you fire, so firing from stealth is not really a thing, which does negate my radar advantage a little bit. At least I have the option of going dark. We're just gonna go aggro on the torpedoes and launch into the massive ships if possible. There we go. One spread away from San Juan. What kind of torpedo ranges do the DDs have? The DDs are AI designs. 9.5 kilometer torps. 7.3 on those. Let's see, these, yeah, 26.4 on the 13.5 inch guns on the battleships. Attractive looking ships, I must say, but I did design them, so I might be biased. Let's get a screenshot of those. So these are the HMAS Perth class British light cruisers. Not my designs, but I will say they're looking good. These are mine. The heavy cruisers. With the ABXY turret layout that I like to put on everything, pretty much. Things are going very fast now. Let's slow down a bit. Cleveland, are you gonna launch your torpedoes against something? In this mass of enemy ships? It'd certainly be nice if you would. Let's see if it's necessary to bring my DDs in to do something. There we go. Cleveland's torpedoes are in the water. Now I got some of the ships identified. Let's take a look. They're heavy cruisers. Mark III 9-inch guns, 15.3 kilometer range, tube powder and TNT-2. Very decent pen. I would say, despite my radar advantage, these would probably beat my heavy cruisers of Albany class in a one-on-one fight. Maybe. Not sure. Actually. But let's take a look at the light cruisers, which are not my designs. Mark III 6-inch guns. 33 knots, decent speed. Okay armor, 4-inch belt. You've got cap ballistic 1 and base fuse. 7.3 kilometer torpedoes. Yeah, not bad. Maximum bulkheads. Your engine is geared turbines. Yeah, I would say nice ship. Now we've actually scored a torpedo hit on something. And there's another volley here on the way that have not yet reached the enemy. See what kind of results they can have. Would be fun if they could hit a battleship. Now my light cruisers are turned around, so they can launch from the other side. Let's go back down to cruising speed for the battleships. Cleveland, you can target the Carnarvon, while San Juan targets the Canterbury. Torpedoes away from San Juan. And Cleveland. And one of my cruiser torpedoes actually hit a cruiser way back here, but it was a dud. You're gonna detach. See if you can just get your torpedoes in the water. Oh, he sailed too close to the other ship. Yeah, it's taking fire intended for the 2203. I got a torpedo hit on Hibernia. Was it worth it though? It's a 22 class. It's kind of expensive, but not super overpriced. And light cruisers and DDs are really coming in to screen those battleships. We're up to 9 torpedo hits in total. Did you score a torpedo hits? You have scored... There we go. 2 torpedo hits. I was looking at the wrong thing. 3 torpedo hits for you. 1 torpedo hit. Yeah. This destroyer, daring destroyer attack was not completely in vain, even though it would probably cost me the 2204. But it also drew the escorting ships away from the away from my ships. So we can just pretend that was part of the plan. North Carolina can switch to Vengeance. Toledo, Barham, St. Louis, Severn. We're actually up to 10 torpedo hits, but the 10th was a dud. hit something back here. My ships are staying on the targets I assigned. That's good. Barão is going down pretty soon. Yeah, Hibernia is taking 3 torpedo hits. Most of the damage is still from the 15-inch hits though, not the torpedoes. But no doubt the torpedoes caused some flooding. Vengeance has actually taken 2 torpedo hits. Let's go back up to ×5. What kind of armor did I put on these 15 main belts? Firing at 21 kilometers. I should be able to pen that. Let's force AP on you two, see what that does. Hibernia just needs a little bit more flooding before she sinks. I'm gonna try and do and hope my AP shells can see to that. And my other 2 DDs are heading away into safety. Hibernia goes down. Both my battleships are now focused on the Vengeance. My cruisers are better off dealing with the light cruisers. Seem to be committing for another close-in torpedo attack. Cleveland still has some torpedoes. I think the torpedoes on San Juan were blown off. Because I don't think she launched that many. There we go, some big hits on Vengeance. Yeah, Vengeance might be sinking now. Vengeance is down. Okay. My battleship. Kansas, Cumberland, North Carolina, Cressy. Have you launched something yet, Cleveland? No, maybe if you would target something that is in torpedo range. That's shift, right click. There we go. Incoming torpedoes. Oh, Cleveland did take one. Things are getting a little bit too spicy for my light cruisers. While my battleships have gotten a bit too far away. Did she manage to launch something? Yeah, she did. So far I've lost one DD. Might lose a light cruiser. I would prefer not to. But seeing as it's an older one. It's basically been kept in service because it's... the maintenance was cheaper on these than on the Roanoke's. So I retired the Roanoke's and kept these, even though the Roanoke's were probably the better ships. Lost vision on parts of the enemy fleet. My heavy cruisers can get a little bit more involved now. They don't need to be babysitting the battleships. Carnarvon is almost dead. Carnarvon is dead. That's 20,000 damage. There we go. Target one each. Did the torpedoes from the Cleveland hit anything? No, I'm still on 10 torpedo hits. That's okay. She did survive. What's this? Someone is on low fuel. The enemy DDs are low on fuel. That's nice. Let's see. Secondaries. The Albany class carries a lot of 5-inch secondaries, which are perfect for dealing with DDs. Cumberland just took some pretty mean 15-inch hits. That's the entirety of the enemy destroyer screen. Oh yeah, poor Cumberland. Don't want that kind of attention from my battleships. And Good Hope took some too. Kansas Scout. Cairo just ate a 15-inch shell. Oh, by the way, you can go back to auto now. "13 kilometers, at which range you have like 5 inches, something, 5 point something inches of penetration from my 7-inch guns on the heavy cruisers." Oh, there's a torpedo boat here. All of these are badly damaged. There we go, Barão. Sent to the bottom by a 15-inch shell. Yeah, for 12,000 damage. Secondaries on recruit. Canterbury went down, and I think Severn is the last ship afloat. And with this enemy task force done, there's nothing stopping me from invading whichever island it was I was about to invade. Oh yeah, 15-inch guns absolutely carried. 7-inch guns not far behind. Well, quite a bit far behind, but in second place. No, actually, 5-inch guns in second place with 71,000. Torpedoes, 10 torpedo hits. Some of them were duds. Like 12,000 damage. Not a lot of damage, but probably quite a bit of flooding. Which is valuable. Let's go to ×5, there's no reason not to. Maybe something like this. Or how about the one sinking? it's already beneath the waves. Oh, and right as she fires. That's pretty neat. Let's see if I can get a good picture of the battleships firing. A bit slow on the pause button there. That'll have to do. Like, maybe like so. And then just let's watch. Yeah, the refit definitely did these ships good. With the Mark IIIs and the radar and all that stuff. Even with a relatively long 50 caliber 15-inch, reload time is down to 42.1 seconds. Let's just get this over with. Hang on, come back here. You're not getting away. With that much flooding, I'm definitely faster. Yeah, it just turned to night. There she is. And there she goes. Yeah. 72,000 victory points. That's pretty nice. Lost to 2204. I can live with that. North Carolina, 134,000 damage. US Kansas, 70,000. And pretty respectable by the Toledo and St. Louis. 61,000, that's almost as much as the Kansas. Cleveland and San Juan also did very, very well. Let's see, 2201. 3.8 thousand. Uh, 2202 did nothing. Yeah, that's the one I sent home. 2203, 1.3 thousand. Caused 1 flooding. Caused 2 floodings. 2204 caused 2 floodings and did 2.4 thousand. Not too bad. Really. We're gonna keep fighting. Thank you. Light damage, light damage, light damage. 1 DD sunk. Where's this? Everything sunk. Definitely an acceptable result. And we're just gonna have to move this task force actually into the invasion circle. Should be enough to push it to 100%. Let's see, where are we on politics now? Yeah, that suddenly turned the population of the British Empire rebellious. It just seems you're getting a lot of victory points per battle in this version of the game. I don't think that's a naval arms race thing. I think that's just a patch 1.4 thing. And because you're getting so many victory points, the amount of unrest added and removed per battle is quite substantial. Let's see, can I initiate an invasion of Jamaica? No, not this turn, because I initiated an invasion last turn. And you can only do that every other turn. Are these being refit? Pennsylvania and Idaho being refit for 1 month. They're the ones in San Francisco. The Colorados are all operational. Battlecruisers in Philadelphia are all operational. Let's send these down here. So they can initiate an invasion of Peru. They might need more ships. Let's see, do we want to try out the Colorados? Maybe, yeah, maybe go up here and grab Newfoundland. And perhaps initiate a battle with this task force. Which might be another 2 Vengeance class, or something the AI cooked up. Yeah, they still have quite the navy. How's my research going? What are we getting in big guns? Yeah, that was Mark 1 20-inch. It's kind of useless. But it's still a step along the way to getting better stuff here. Cruiser design, that was modern battle cruisers. Ooh. I'm not gonna need that within 3 months anyway, so let's just keep that unprioritized. Armor quality. Japanese Vickers non-cemented armor. That is... It's basically worse than corrupt cemented, which I'm using now. A little bit less armor strength, and it doesn't have the plus 5% resistance. But it is a bit cheaper. Like this one is even more expensive, has better armor strength, but minus 10 resistance. So I think I'm gonna stay with corrupt cemented for now. In Naval Arms Race, you don't get the modern armor and corrupt 5 and stuff that gives you just insane armor strength bonuses, and at the same time magically makes your ship lighter. Let's go on to May, and then initiate some new invasions. Oh, okay. One battle was evidently all it took. British Empire Revolution. Unrest became uncontrollably high in the British Empire, and the government has been overthrown. The people do not trust Henry Jellicoe due to his low naval prestige. Okay. Spain. That is a shakedown. No. You're gonna have to offer me an alliance for free if you want an alliance. Russia and China are at war. There we go. Hogue and Warspite, in this case a cruiser, versus the Galveston and Montgomery. Montgomery being one of the new Wichita class. Hogue is, I think, the same ship we ran into last month. Yeah, we can try this out. Let's see. Montgomery is a bit faster than Galveston. Galveston has torpedoes. Montgomery has radar and 7-inch guns, 18.4 kilometer range, 17.8. There we go. Montgomery has spotted the enemy. So how do we want to play this out? Soften them up at range? What kind of range do these have? 11.3 on the 6.1 inch guns. 12.5 on the 4-inch secondaries. Okay. If these had been the, I forget the class name, the heavy cruisers I designed that we faced in that big battle just recently, a couple of minutes ago, this would have been harder because those have more range and more punchy guns. These definitely have a bit more of a modern look, though. And probably some more modern technology added to them. Let's go down to 30. Were these like super slow? I forget. Guess we're gonna find out when they are identified. Galveston, you can target the ship in the rear. Montgomery, you can actually target the lead ship. Taking some hits here. I think I'm better off increasing the distance a bit. The torpedoes are in the water, might not hit anything. Now, since these are in fact heavy cruisers, they probably have more resistance than my light cruisers. So a straight out slug match is probably not to my advantage. There we go, what do they have? Yeah, 25.5 knots. These are kind of slow. Heavy shells, capped ballistic 1. Yeah, they've got short guns with a 9-second reload time. Oh, I actually scored 2 torpedo hits, 3 torpedo hits. That's pretty nice. Yeah, their guns reload faster, and they might actually do more damage than even my 7-inch guns, because they've got heavy shells. 102 AP damage. Not more than my 7-inch guns, but more than my 6-inch. So they're not really to be underestimated. Their weakness is basically the short range. Hogue has taken engine damage. They've got more armor. Some pretty heavy armor. So even though I can outrange them, I don't really have any hopes of penetrating that armor at this range. And HE fire spam, not really effective in naval arms race as much as it is in vanilla. Slow down to full. Switch to HE. At least I've got the initiative. I can choose to pursue or run away. They're so slow, they just have to sit there and deal with whatever I decide to do. A little bit too close. Will I even be able to sink them? I'm actually not so sure anymore. Well, they're not going to sink me unless I let them. Because again, my advantage is in range and speed. Oh, flash fire on Galveston. But I think that was only a 4-inch gun. And the fog comes rolling in. Let's see, which side has torpedoes loaded? Yeah, this side. We're just gonna get a little bit closer. 9.5 kilometer range torpedoes. Drop off my torpedoes. There we go. And turn away again. Almost got these ready. And they are launched. Is that going to result in any torpedo hits though? Probably not, because they just turned away. Well, they're turning all over the place. Just gonna have to find out. There we go, out of their 6-inch range. Yeah. My torpedoes have done half my damage. I might just let them go. They're gonna spend probably 2 months in port for repair. And by that time I might have some battle cruisers that want to play with them. 18.2% crew loss on the Warspite, 7.7 on the Hogue. Not really close to getting a surrender. So I've been watching BrotherMunro's Italian campaign, and he's been really struggling with these very heavily armored Austrian armored cruisers. He calls them bricks. And that's pretty much what these are. Even though they look like they should be fast and light, they're just made out of armor. Galveston got a bit close again. Started eating a lot of damage. These two actually carry torpedoes, 8.5 kilometer range. I was wondering if I should try and do another Hail Mary torpedo run. But I think I shouldn't. These are quite slow, 44 knot torpedoes. And they will probably see them coming, so we're just gonna end this. Counts as a victory. And if it counts as a victory, then yeah, I guess it's a victory. Yeah, this is a bit more interesting. Got the New Zealand of the Vengeance class. Got 4 of the Cumberland SD class, my designs. A lot more of the HMAS Perth class light cruisers by BW1. How many? 8? Did I count that wrong? 9. Plus DDs and torpedo boats. Facing off against the USS Connecticut and the Ohio, both of the Connecticut class. 4 Albany class heavy cruisers, DDs, and torpedo boats. And they're meeting here in the Caribbean. So that's something for next episode, because this is it for today. Goodbye and take care.